I went to this daytime house music party in Austin on Saturday. It's called Mushroom Cowboy. So it's
microdose the kind of event.
I don't know. I think they're kind of hinting at that, but it's in a coffee. Well, it was outside of a coffee shop off Congress.
Yeah.
So I turn up at 10:30. It started at 10, and the queue is 250 yards long for coffee.
What?
And there must have been 1,500 people there. One guy brought a baguette, was raving with his baguette. There's dogs, pretty sober looking from the outside. Maybe some people smoking weed, but I think this is maybe the beginning of us seeing the end of like hardcore drink culture. If you've looked at how few of Gen Z now drink,
yes,
it's I think maybe 20%.
The interesting thing is like the theories on why, because there's obviously they have to be theories, right? Mm-hmm. On we don't actually know exactly. Yeah, one of them is that the youth views drinking as like what their parents did, right? So that's like, well, that's
naturally uncool.
Yeah. Like, my fucking lame ass dad drinks. Like, I'm not interested. And so that's one thing. The other part of it is that this group of people that are the youth right now are so much more informed on what the negative aspects of drinking and what it can do to you, that they're just like, why would I consume this? Yeah, to something like that. And that they've found this whole other, when you want to take the edge off, there's a lot more options. And it's also a lot more accepted today than it was 20 years ago. Like the idea that you could microdose or do edibles or smoke, or, what I mean? And then there's like all the, ketamine and everything is like, I have different things that I do when I want to have a recreational good time. And yeah, but it's undeniable that it's definitely way down.
There's more daily users in the US of weed now than there are of alcohol.
Is that for real?
Overtaken, or at least that was the most recent study that I saw. In the US, there are now more daily or near daily marijuana users than daily or near daily alcohol users.
And that thought was just completely like, if you're a teen right now, you don't understand how preposterous that sounds coming from, like, if you were growing up in the 80s and 90s, like you were just like, those were like the fringe people almost, you know what I mean? Like, yes, it was popular, but it was not like a respectable person really wasn't doing that. It was like the arts, it was like hippies and yeah, it was, I mean, people thought of it as like the absolute worst thing that could happen. I mean, people from like my dad's generation likened marijuana to heroin. They didn't even see like really a difference. They're just like, you're a junkie. It's like, but what, for smoking a joint? Mm-hmm. And like, yeah, that's the way they viewed it. So the fact that it's that accepted now, it's mind blowing to me.
I wonder if some of it is that drinking in the house on your own feels pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
But smoking in the house on your own, you're like, I'm playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. But if you're 6 beers deep playing Call of Duty,
yeah,
it's a different story.
Yeah, and you're not playing well at that. You're just like,
I don't know how well people are playing on weed either. But yeah,
you're probably more likely to yell out pejorative slurs. Yeah, I think that. I mean, look, smoking is still not good for you. So like, you're probably, but we've discovered that, there's other ways to ingest and like consume. And that's what I think is part of like this youth culture thing about staying away from drinking, is they're like, whatever, I do droplets in this, or I have my gummy or whatever, however they want to consume, but they're definitely not drinking, man. They're not drinking like everybody else before them did.
I used to run nightclubs for ages, and one of the big downturns we've seen has been in nightlife industry. I think the UK is losing a nightclub a week. There's not like an unlimited number of nightclubs. It's like one is shutting down pretty much every single week. And I asked a friend who's still in the industry why he thought that was the case. And he said, smartphones, man. Back in the day, you could be as loose as you wanted. You could sort of have that Larry, louty drinking spirit, at least in Britain.
They don't want to be recorded?
Of course.
Yeah.
Like if you mess up and like shit yourself in the middle of a nightclub in 2002, it's a story that you can deny the next day.
Yeah.
And then after 6 months, most people have probably forgotten.
Yeah.
Whereas if that happens in 2025, that's now concretized on the internet for everybody to know and bring back up and make memes out of for the rest of time.
I mean, can you imagine like how the pro athletes of the 80s and 90s and early 2000s would just go out and just just destroy a woman's hopes and dreams. And then now they're like, everyone's
on edge.
Yeah, everyone's got a phone out. It's just, yeah.
We'll get back to talking to Tom in 1 minute, but first I need to tell you about Nomatic. Traveling should be about the journey, not, see that one hand, the chaos of packing, which is why I partnered with Nomatic. Their travel pack, this 14-litre, is this the 14? This is the 14-litre travel pack. This is the biggest life changer from a luggage perspective that I've ever had. It's what I use every single day, and it makes traveling genuinely so much more enjoyable. They've got compartments for everything. Your laptop, your shoes, your sunglasses. The bag is so clean, you half expect it to start flirting with a flight attendant. And if you're still on the fence, their products will last you literally a lifetime with their lifetime guarantees. This is the final backpack that you ever need to buy. Plus, you can return or exchange any product in 30 days for any reason. So, you can buy your new bag, try it for a month. If you don't like it, they just give you your money back, and they ship internationally. And you can get a 20% discount and see everything that I use and recommend, including this game-changing backpack, by going to the link in the description below or heading to nomatic.com/modernwisdom. That's nomatic.com/modernwisdom. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you enjoyed that clip, the full-length conversation with Tom is available right here. Come on. Watch it.